Hi, hello, and welcome to the Daily Tarot Buffet, brought to you by Vertex. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today, and I was sent to deliberate the findings for the transiting moon into Libra. It's going to be between the 4th and the 7th in most places of the world. It would take half a day-ish. We have the Four of Pentacles, as always. Welcome back for the returning subscribers. Welcome to the new subscribers. Remember, Vertex of Abundance is a galactic temple of ascension, delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. If anything I say resonates deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation, and you can check the about or the about box or the description or the note section for more information. We have the Five of Pentacles with the Devil card. So that's typically binding energy, or it can be demonic. It's some kind of spell. Now it's a lower vibrational spell from a witch versus a healer, from a level 5 witch versus a level 8. With the Knight of, excuse me, with the Knight of Wands, it would talk about something that's repetitive, like a returner. So with it being Virgo season, excuse me, with it being Virgo season and it being a Libra moon, that's the second house to that. So there is enemy energy here because the devil or the moon came out. So the devil's here. That could also be the same for a knight or a queen, any 357. Okay. Or even including the Nine of Swords. Now, it would have to be this position, and we have the devil here. Okay, sit down, baby girl. Come on. And she's hyperactive. The devil energy is here, so I have to pause and get some water. Let's hope not. So that's a little bit hard because, first of all, Four of Pentacles and the devil means securing a stronghold. Unfortunately, it's one of darkness or some kind of platform of debauchery or some kind of evil stronghold. With the Five of Pentacles here, there's some kind of energy of either being untouchable or being stripped in some kind of way, bound down with this combination here of the Knight of Wands and the devil. You can talk about having been left out in the cold and the person's circling back. I'll be right back. It's some kind of discard cycle if there's a toxic relationship here. We do have the devil out. That means negative influences or toxicity. Yeah, so there's a prickly expansion. There might be some binding here. Three of Swords with the Five of Pentacles can mean binding. Usually the Five of Pentacles is binding down, demonic energy, some kind of spell work or spirit shows up that is not the business. You can bind it down. A lot of us watching the channel have the power to do that. So, you repel, you revoke, you rescind, you rebuke, you reject, you close the window, lock the door, block the road, quarantine the dimension, collapse the portal, decline times 9, negate times 4, shut the gate, close the door. There's a need to do that with this Three of Swords. There can also be terms and conditions, but with the Four of Pentacles, clarifying this Three of Swords. It's not necessarily, because there's some kind of root here. We have the Devil, the Sun card is clarified with the Four of Pentacles. There's some kind of aggression here from another party. Somebody here, and this is the person. So with the second house, they might be after our money, because the second house can talk about our ideals, our values as well. It could also talk about the family unit or everything that goes up on above the throat chakra and below the third eye. So it talks about values, things that we're collecting, accumulating, not necessarily storing. But it typically talks about possessions, but the possessions are a derivative of the values that we have. We typically learn these values in early adulthood, in early childhood. It doesn't necessarily talk about the family unit unless we have energy from the fourth house as well. So this is saying that we're pure-hearted. However, we're going through some kind of period of lack in the Five of Pentacles here, because what we already know about or was already in open or what's already happened is there was some kind of agenda. It could also be a plan that is going to fail. It could also be some kind of root or spell work, also known as the energy projection, spiritual manipulation. It's designed to get us out of our energy, typically out of our heart, because we have some kind of space where divinity can take place. We might be chosen in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. And somebody wanted to, or something wanted to cloak itself on our energy or do some shape shifting with us, copy our vibe. You know, they can copy everything, even our energy. They can't copy our anointing. So we have a spot, and somebody is trying to strip us of this spot. I'm seeing some shape shifting going on here with the Temperance card and the Sun. We're actually an Earth angel. It's one of the Melchizedek combinations. 14 plus 19 equals 33. Okay, so what falls to the floor comes to the door. So there's some cycle here, wrapping itself up. We were supposed to accomplish and achieve something, Sun in the World card. Accomplishment is the Sun, achievement is the World card. 10 of Cups, it's about the eternal kingdom. We were supposed to come into a body of peers. These body of peers were either light workers, either earth angels. That's the call out here. There's a calling on our life with the Judgment card, the Emperor. That's talking about graduation, rank increase. It talks about taking a high position. With the 10 of Cups, it would talk about taking a high position with the divine, taking our place in heaven while we're here upon the earth. That's definitely an earth angel. So it's that there's war right now. We're being attacked because of this. Somebody tried to bind us up so that they can move into our spot. And it is some kind of great adversary, great enemy, the Devil card. The Devil card can talk about many other things, but is raised to the level here of a great adversary. So it's like an archon. It's the angel of darkness. We're going up against the angel of darkness because we're the angel of light. There's only one angel of darkness. We also know him as Satan. His name is actually Shemael. We call him Shaitan, the great adversary, because he is an enemy of the good side. He is the enemy number one, public enemy number one. Because they want to get us to go to places where there's no love. They want to get us to go to places where there's no light. They want to get us to go to places where we disunify. They want to get us to go to places where we dishonor, dilute, diminish, distort, disown, deject, destroy our innate self. They want us distracted from our self-worth and value. They want us thinking that we're poor or we're petty or we're unwanted or we're untouchable, that we're dirty. They don't want us believing in a bigger, brighter, better. They don't want us answering the calling on our life. They don't want us feeling self-governing, self-mastered. They don't want us to have an open heart. They don't want us to receive love, praise, adoration, affection. They don't want us to feel cherished, or they don't want us to feel treasured. They want to send a bunch of energy at us where we're desiring some kind of overnight success, some kind of expansion. That means we're cutting corners. That means we're taking shortcuts. That means we're skipping over the righteous path. They want us to take the easier wrong versus the harder right. And they want us to find reasons and justifications for that and to live in that kind of energy, which means it festers. You know, men do not often become devilish on their own, but they end up devilish in the end because they believe that the path there was the right path. Normally they were looking for some type of happiness. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Most people are pain avoidant and pleasure seeking. And typically on earth, sometimes you do need to endure some type of difficult karmic cycle, maybe even when we're going without. Five of Pentacles, the Devil card. Perhaps because we're burning up karma in this life instead of in the afterlife. And sometimes we get impatient. We want it now. So, the Devil and the Page of Cups can mean a Capricorn rising or a Venus in Cancer. It could also mean a Cancer rising with the Prince of Cups and the Devil card here. It could also mean somebody also has their Sun in Capricorn here. It could also be an Aries rising or Mars in Aries. It could be a Sagittarius rising or Mercury in Sagittarius. I'm going to elaborate and just go to the problem here because we didn't do it properly, and I'm going to get it done now. Okay, so it doesn't matter. We're being denied access to it. I'm going to sneak a peek at the record. So we do have the Leviathan here. We're going up against some dark enemy. It might just be energetic. It doesn't have to take the form of a person, although I'm getting Toxic X coming back in, or this grand nemesis, something from behind the scenes that keeps throwing energy our way to stumble us up, tear us down, tear us apart in some kind of way. Honestly, the connection to us would be through love. We have some kind of portal, some kind of access point where the dark can shred opportunities for us. It's because we're indecisive on people in our life. We weren't getting love there, but we didn't get up from the table when love wasn't being served. We kept coming back for some reason. There's a double 10 here. So part of this alignment, part of this correction is about, letting the cycle be over, getting up from the table when the love's no longer being served. The Justice card with the Moon card means the psychic detective. There's things that our intuition is telling us that we need to get to the bottom of, and it is going to require that we confront things alive in us. With the Nine of Cups, it's being cloaked that we're chosen. Our vibration might have gotten low enough for God maybe not to be able to find us by conventional means. Somebody here is a Leo rising, somebody here is a Sagittarius rising, somebody here is, I said Leo, so that's accidental. Somebody here is a Leo moon. Okay, that was accidental. Somebody here is an Aries moon or Sagittarius moon. Transversely, they could be in Aries rising, Sagittarius rising. To a lesser degree, it would be Taurus rising or Capricorn rising. Somebody here has their moon in Libra. Somebody here has their Jupiter in Pisces. Somebody here has their Saturn in Libra. Somebody here has their Mars in Pisces. we have a spot that needs to be defended. And that's what we need to learn this cycle with the moon transiting Libra. The thing to value, the thing to understand about the second house is that the things that we hold on to of value, we are chosen in the eyes of God. We've actually made it. And God can be Allah, Buddha, Shekinah, Jehovah. It's the being that animates the universe. It's the conscious being that animates the universe. So if we're a galactic sovereign citizen, we should be God sovereign and free. And there's aspects of that that afford us privileges, but we need to be at a certain vibration. And as part of this conflict right now, we need to become aware, not just enlightened with the moon, but illuminated with enlightened with the sun, but illuminated with the moon here. We have the sun and moon, which means a melodrama or a mystery being revealed. We have the judgment card and the justice card, il justicia, la justicia. That means this is a galactic, this is celestial. We have the world card with the judgment card. That means a chapter's ending, period, point blank, in the story. That's not coming back. It's not going to be reopened. So if we've been fighting for the upper hand and it's been the seesaw where we protect ourselves, our protection gets undone. We heal ourselves, then there's another crisis. We leave somebody, all of a sudden the next person is toxic, or we retain some kind of freedom, all of a sudden it's being challenged again. It's like this tip-toppy thing where we need to keep on putting protection, keep on doing this, keep on doing that, keep hunkering down the hatches, basically. It's almost over. It's been a very difficult prickly cycle with the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords in the Justice card means that eternal damnation. If we have enemies around us, especially hidden agents or ulterior motives, hidden agendas, it's going to be resolved in a way that's permanent. Something that's been going on for a long time, maybe even our entire incarnational cycle, meaning all the times we came to Earth, including this life and the previous lifetimes, it's going to be over. That's played out in the judgment card and the moon. Also, so here somebody is a natural born witch. So that's what we call a traditional witch versus a spirit witch, which is people that have to go to the devil to get their magic. That's a 5. People that get their magic organically, that's an 8. Typically, we call a witch somebody that has to go to the devil. It's not always, and that's not, it's not an absolute, let's put it that way. But in my house, we call healers people that were given their gift, and witches people that had to go and buy their gifts. So somebody here is a natural born healer. They were gifted from birth. It might be in their soul lineage with the moon. And we're of royal origins here with the emperor, the knight, and the queen of wands. We're of royal lineage here. But what I really want to say is, like, this is not a situation where the heavens is unaware that we're going through conflict, that things are difficult for us. Like, the higher ups definitely know that there's an issue down here on the front line, and there's a reason why we're experiencing whatever we're experiencing right now. There's a rhyme or reason to it. Because when the scale balances out, 6 of Pentacles, yeah, this is the dividing of the spoils. Now, we might have been breadcrumbed if we're dealing with a person. There was a lot of temptations because things needed to turn around to their favor. And this person is really the devil. We need to choose the side of the light. We need to be working on the right side, the good side. And I do want to say, I need to repeat this. If it seemed like we couldn't stay under protection, like we couldn't get out from underneath the attacks, the darkness or the enemy was getting in through somebody that we were connected to. 4 of Wands and 2 of Cups. We have the Emperor and the Empress out here. So this is also divine love, period, point blank. Okay, but this person's unawakened that we're connected to. They got to go on a dark night of the soul, and they probably ghosted us. It's called minimal or low effort. So these temptations is to get us to strip ourselves. But we had an awakening. These temptations, Ace of Wands, is designed to get us to strip ourselves, to take some kind of action from the ego, Knight of Wands, that strips us, leaves us forsaken, Five of Pentacles. But we had an awakening. This Five of Pentacles is clarified by the Judgment, the Emperor, and the Princess of Cups, which is the Page. We've tapped into our heart chakra. So we have the unconditional love of the divine, and we are feeling loving. Page of Cups, Two of Cups. We are feeling loving. So that was a basic thing to do. That's a bottom of the bucket thing. Somebody petty tried to challenge us to get us out of our energy, and they might not be physically present because we have the High Priestess here and the Moon. That this kind of enemy can hide behind the scenes, and it may be in the spirit realm, because we have the Devil and the Moon card. That means Leviathan or the Black Snake or the evil spirit, the Lord of Chaos, whatever, what have you. That's another Melchizedek energy. 18 plus 15 equals 33. There's only 9 of those combinations in the deck, and 4 of them are repeating. There's basically 6. Yeah, and here we go. So this is an opponent. Two of Swords is somewhat of an opposing mind, unless you're learning through deliberation. So the Two of Swords is usually negative, and it means somebody of an opposing mind, especially so when there's multiple twos, the other two being of Cups. That means on the same page. They cannot touch us, is what's going on. We're something untouchable. That's usually the case when you have the World card, the Eight of Cups, the Star card, or the Ace of Pentacles. It means we're untouchable. Ace of Pentacles specifically means they're sealed out of our energy. It's confirmed with the Wheel of Fortune. So, and it's been decided by on high. There's nothing we can do about it. The Lovers card is not out, but that would talk about the ancestors. The other one would be the Archangels with the Aeon. So there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, it's because the covenant in our life, Emperor Teacher, the Empress here. So we're highly blessed, favored, chosen, and anointed, which is the Empress and the Nine of Cups. They can't do nothing. And this second house, the thing to hold on to, the thing that we possess of value, is the covenant on our life. It's the fact that we're chosen. It's the fact that if we decide to answer the calling on our life, Judgment card, and do our God duties and obligations. Hierophant, that card didn't come out, but that's the Hierophant. Our role came out, which is the Empress, and our duties and obligations, not God duties and obligations, but just our duties and obligations, our responsibilities. That's the Emperor. That came out. So if we step into that, we're going to remain untouchable. This cycle is going to come to an end. We had a few 10s before, and we just have 1 10 out on the board, but it's confirmed with the Wheel of Fortune, and this is the Nine of Swords. So something that somebody is doing, whether it's an entity, energy, or ideology, an enemy even, it's not working, it's backfiring. Nine of Swords. It's a confirmed backfire with the Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. It means they didn't do enough. And since there's major arcanas around the Seven of Pentacles, they're not going to be able to do enough. They're sorceress, Queen of Pentacles. They are needing whatever seeds they planted to grow into fruition. They need the work they did at a previous time to pay off eventually sometime in the future. And it's not going to happen because we keep growing at the speed of light. They're not able to catch up to our growth. And there's something genetic to us in our DNA that's protection. It might gain some traction, but that's a trick of God, of the Lord. A lot of times they'll let our enemies think that they're winning. It's because they abused us for so long. Oftentimes what the Lord wants to happen to the enemy is for them to gain elevation. And the higher they go, the harder they fall. That's always the case. He will lift them up just to tear them down, tear them apart, knock them down. And it's dogged. Nine of Wands, there's the evil eye on us. Because they couldn't do a spirit attachment. We're too strong for them. Seven of Swords. Seven of Wands. We're too strong for them. For a long time, this means that they can't do anything to us. With the Death card or the Strength card or the Ace of Pentacles, they can't do a single thing to us. We didn't get the Ace, we didn't get the Strength card at all. I kept saying Leo, though, by accident. We did get the Ace of Pentacles, and we do have the Death card coming out a lot in the clarifiers here. So with the Nine of Wands, they're doing the evil eye, trying to strip us because we have something that they want. Maybe it's our place in heaven. Maybe it's the unconditional love of the divine. So there's an enemy out there that thinks God loves us too much, or that we're too blessed or chosen or whatever. You don't get chosen and blessed without having gone through suffering. Maybe it was in a previous lifetime, but I immediately am disgusted. I don't, listen, it's compassion all the same. I don't mess with people that think we have it going on too well. That thinks things are going too well for us. I don't mess with those types of people. The Death card with the Wheel of Fortune is a windfall. Unfortunately, here is talking about because there's nothing that we know to do. We don't know what to do in the situation. So unfortunately, the heavens are going to have to come in and do something for us. Three of Pentacles or Seven of Wands is angelic protection. And here it's from the evil eye. That's a spiritual thing. It's coming from Leviathan, which means we're being monitored. And so the angels are going to have to intervene. This is a message from the battleground. We're in conflict right now. However, the spirit that they're using to attack us actually has a lot of favor and love for us. It's just a contract. That's why the Wheel of Fortune came out so many times. It's a contract. It's the time is running up and they're not going to be able to renew the contract. Because they're never going to be able to take our soul to pay for this contract because we have an anointing. This is from the other side. It's going to pass right through. They're going to be able to touch us all they want, but it's never going to grip because it's like Teflon. Four of Swords is a futile victory. They'll never win. They need to realize that it'll be foolish, fruitless because it's futile. With that Moon card there, they're going to be the last to know. There's things alive in them that they're not even willing to confront themselves. They actually have adoration and affection for us. They actually love us and want to be us. But instead, they're too unhealed, unawakened to express that. So they're going to do this attacking thing. A lot of times, enemies are people that want to be our friends. Yeah, they need us to be evil like they are. Yeah, so we have to let go like God, just so you know. And we have some kind of spot. In this lifetime, we're going to come into a great big following. 10 of Cups, a lot of love, happily ever after. It's supposed to be a very blissed and satisfied life. Okay, Seven of Pentacles keeps coming. So they're definitely doing some kind of root work, some kind of spell work, some kind of fetish, some kind of personal effect. And I keep hearing that song. And if I only could, I make a deal with God and get him to swap our places. Yeah, so they want to be us. This is the devil, jealous of God's children. And look, this unconditional love and compassion, King of Cups, flanked by 2 5s. See that? And then this is the danda, the banishment. Spiritually, this is a demon or a criminal, untouchable. So if they can't get our love and affection, they want everybody. Yes, is what they want to do. They think they can do us better than we can do ourselves. That's the thing with that's the energy they're putting out. That's always the case with the Temperance and the Moon card. But here's the deal. If you could do us better than we can do us, you would have been blessed like we are. And the Queen of Swords didn't come out in a negative way, but that's the thing with the Queen of Swords. They think that it's unfair that we took it from them. Really, they weren't right enough with God. There's a God duties and obligations, a higher fact. So there's an evil throne. The demonic throne is the combination of the Hierophant and the devil, because the throne of God is the number 20, but 15 plus 5 is 20. So they want our spot. Some type of coveted. Yada, 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 yada. They want our spot, and they can't get it. Six of Wands, that's a coveted spot. An elite status is being chosen, the chosen spot. There are many spots out there that anybody can qualify for, and then there are spots that are reserved for certain types of people. That's the difference between the Four of Wands and the Six of Wands. This is the spot for chosen children, because it comes with privileges. Yeah, running in that building. Yeah, so they want to get back into heaven is what this is. That's their hope, wish, and dream. They want to be they want to be on our team, but they can't anymore. They're fallen. So we need to leave them behind. It's one of those things. It doesn't mean we need to leave them out in the cold. We can pray for them, but we cannot take them with us where we're going. We're needing to make changes here because we got to stop giving to toxic energies. Just come on, angel. Come on, darling. Yeah, so we're an angel, an earth angel. So we're being lured, tempted over to the dark side, or tempted to give up something. They can't just take it. It needs to be given freely. But see, if we give it freely, we lose ours anyways. They'll never have it. The moment it touches their hands, they'll be cursed and we'll just be fallen. And that's actually what they want, because they can't do the thing it takes to require. They can't do the thing that is required to keep their position anyways. So what happens if they hijack their way into heaven? They're not going to be able to continually pass that litmus test. If they get pulled over on the divine streets and the God looks at their credentials, or some kind of angel, lower angel, ministering angel looks at their position and says, hey, I see you have a license here, it's expired. Here's your summons, appear at this day at this time and do your renewal process. They'll never be able to do. If the moment they get tested, they'll be deemed as unworthy. We definitely have a Capricorn sun here, or an Aries rising. A Taurus sun here, or an Aquarius rising. We do have a Leo rising, but Jupiter would be in the first house there. So we need to stand on business, and that business is that we're chosen. Our values need to be righteous, and this is part of the test. Now, sometimes the test is a test. It's an exam where you pass or fail. Other times the test is just an assessment and evaluation to see where we fall on the spectrum, to see the level of blessings and benefits we're to receive. Sometimes you take a test and it's a placement test, and other times you take a test and it's an examination of pass or fail. We have supreme authority. This is the thing about the second house. We need to realize that we have supreme authority, that we're highly favored, blessed, chosen, and anointed, that we are people of great spiritual power. And that until recently, we've been making sacrifices for others at the expense of ourselves. And that was actually good because mostly we didn't know about the favor on our life. And normally that is the way to get divine favors, to make sacrifice here in this world. But now that we know, we need to move this ever so slightly different. Again, we keep getting the evil eye. And it's happened so many times that the Lord has intervened, because the throne of God has come up twice. There's also a little bit of love, but the love is telling me here that the reason we're still getting attacked, the reason that negative energy, we're not able to get it off of us, is because we're attached to somebody who was a lover or a spirit or a twin flame or some kind of soulmate union or whatever. And this attachment is an open door, it's a portal that the other side, the enemy, can still use to gain access to us. So it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing the privilege to do so. Take good care. Smash that like button. Bye-bye.